You ever wonder why she pulled away right after you treated her like gold? You gave her your time, your truth, your full attention, and she slipped through your fingers like she never wanted it. Let me show you something. Women don't submit to kindness. They don't fall for effort. And they sure as hell don't crave men who follow the script. You want her to feel it? To surrender without knowing why? You need to do what no one teaches, the things that feel backwards, but break open her core. In this video, I'm going to give you 6 counterintuitive moves that seem wrong until you see how deep they hit. Because when you stop chasing approval and start becoming unreadable, grounded, silent, she shifts. She starts fighting for your praise. She replays the last thing you said like it's a secret code. She submits, and she doesn't even realize it's happening. Stay with me till number 6, because by the time we get there, you'll know exactly how to lead her energy without ever raising your voice. 1. Withhold praise when she craves it. She looks amazing, and you tell her. She says something cute, and you validate it. You think being generous makes her feel seen. You think praise earns you her affection. But here's the truth. The more easily your approval comes, the less value she places on it. Women don't crave men who give it all up front. They crave the man who makes her work to unlock his softness. So when she puts effort into her appearance, and you notice but say nothing, that mystery makes her spiral. Now she's replaying the moment. Now she's wondering, why didn't he say anything? That's not emotional cruelty. That's masculine calibration. Because when she finally earns your attention, one word hits like a thunderstorm. You're not just another guy hyping her up. You're the man she's trying to impress and doesn't even know why. 2. Show restraint. When she pushes for closeness, she opens up. She tells you she misses you, and your instinct is to give her more affection, more access, more of yourself. But here's the mistake. You gave her what she wanted too soon. Most men believe connection is built through giving, but with women, desire is built through restraint. When she pulls you closer, and you don't rush in, don't spill everything, don't instantly wrap her up in your warmth, she feels something she's not used to. Tension, not distance, not rejection, just masculine tension. Now she's leaning in further, trying harder, digging deeper to pull more of you out. You just flipped the script. You became the mystery she wants to unlock. Not because you played a game, but because your energy is no longer for sale. And the man who controls the pace? That's the man she starts chasing. Because restraint isn't cold. It's the new language of power. And it's the reason she can't stop thinking about you now. 3. Ignore the problem to fix the connection. She's upset, cold, maybe distant, and you do what every good man was taught to do. You ask what's wrong. You try to fix it. You over-explain. You lean in emotionally. But the more you try, the more she pulls back. Why? Because in her chaos, she doesn't want solutions. She wants a wall to push against and feel it, not move. The man who doesn't panic, doesn't plead for answers, doesn't start explaining every feeling he has. That man makes her feel something deeper: safety, polarity, power. See, ignoring the problem doesn't mean you don't care. It means you know the storm isn't yours to fix. And when she sees you centered, not cold, not cruel, just still, her entire nervous system relaxes. Now she's coming closer. Now she's soft again. Not because you solved anything, but because you didn't collapse into the chaos. You became the calm she couldn't find on her own. 4. Speak less. During her emotional highs, she's animated. She's talking fast. Her emotions are high, maybe even seductive. And what do most men do? They match her energy. They get excited. They start talking more. But here's what you're missing. Your power isn't in your words. It's in your silence. When a woman is in her emotional peak, she doesn't want a mirror. She wants a grounding force. So when you speak less, when you stay calm, when your eyes say everything your mouth refuses to, that contrast hits her core. Now she's leaning in, watching your lips, hanging on every pause. Because silence from a grounded man is more erotic than 10 smooth sentences. You're not being cold. You're commanding the moment without needing to fill it. And the man who can hold her highs, not match them, not tame them, just hold them, that's the man she stops interrupting. That's the man she listens to, even when he says nothing. 5. Don't flinch when she tries to trigger you. She makes a sarcastic comment, gets a little cold, says something that feels like a test, and in that moment, you tense up. You react. You try to defend yourself or clarify, but here's what you missed. She wasn't trying to start a fight. She was checking your center. Women test not because they're cruel, but because they're wired to search for strength. And when you flinch, over-explain, or ask, "What's wrong?" too quickly, you just failed the test. But when you stay relaxed, when you smile slightly and lean back, when you say something like, "You done poking, or should I get popcorn?" you don't just pass the test, you flip the power dynamic completely. She doesn't feel like she has to manage you emotionally. She starts feeling like you manage the energy in the room. And that, more than money, more than looks, is what triggers her feminine submission. You're not the man who reacts. You're the man who stays unmoved. The man she respects when her own emotions try to take control. 6. Lead her without explaining yourself. You make a decision. You choose the place, the time, the vibe, and right away you feel it, that urge to explain. "I just thought maybe you'd like it." But if you want something else, it's totally fine. And just like that, your leadership crumbles. See, most men were taught to soften their certainty, to always offer options, to apologize for leading. But the truth? Women don't fall for men who explain. They fall for men who decide. When you lead with quiet confidence, without over-talking, over-planning, or seeking approval, you become the anchor in her chaos. She may tease you, she may challenge you, but deep down, it turns her on. Because the man who trusts himself doesn't need her permission to move forward. And when you stop trying to make every move make sense and just move, you stop being the guy she evaluates and become the man she follows without knowing why. Most men think they need more money, more status, or some perfect script to win her over. But what actually shifts everything is the man who can withhold when others chase, who stays grounded when she spirals, who speaks less and leads more. These 6 moves aren't tricks. They're emotional rewiring, and the moment you start living them, she won't even understand why she's drawn to you. She'll replay your silences. She'll lean in to earn what you don't give away. She'll submit to your energy without realizing it. Not because you controlled her, but because you mastered yourself. And if you're one of the rare few who feels this in your blood, drop a comment right now. My silence speaks louder. Smash that like, subscribe. Not because I told you, but because you're done chasing. Let's keep building this tribe of men who lead from presence. More fire coming. Stay silent, stay sharp, stay untouchable.